welcome to this week's episode of Pen Rambling. My name is Agnes, and this week we're going to talk about this vanishing point. I was scrolling through the channel and I noticed that the topic when I talk about vanishing point, it seems to be doing much better than all the videos that I had in my channel, which is like much better after all these years. So I'm gonna talk about these two vanishing point that I had in front of me. One of them is in special alloy nib and one of them is in 18 karat gold nib. Now I'm going to talk about their characteristic. I'm going to talk about my experience with it. I'm going to talk about which one do I recommend to those who are looking for a vanishing point. Alright, so the first thing is both of them have this the body and the clicky pad part. This one, okay, both of them have this one, and then it depends on where you browse your the website from. If you're browsing on the western side of the part of the world, for example like the UK, the US, or Europe, it might be referred as vanishing point. If you are browsing from the eastern side of the world, maybe Malaysia, Japan website, the China website, they might refer them as capless. And then there's two versions of this pen. One of them is the original version, which is the one that I have, and then there's another one which is Decimo. So Decimo is actually, I think it's made of aluminium, and it has a smaller grip section. This part is much smaller. I think it's smaller by 3 millimeter. So because it is much slimmer and a lot lighter, for people like ladies or those who prefer lighter pen, they will find that that is more comfortable and can write for a longer session. Now my vanishing point so far, I use it for short session only. So before we go to the experience part, I might as well show you how they look like for a close-up, if my camera wants to focus. Okay, so that's how it looks like. The one that is gold plated is actually the special alloy version, and then the one that is in the platinum, silver, chrome finish is actually 18 karat gold nib. So I'm gonna use my magnifier, okay, so I'm gonna show you how it looks like for the 18 karat gold nib first. Okay, let me do that one first. Okay, so you're going to see pilot and then 18 karat gold 750. The one that I have here is in broad nib. You can see it is a broad nib because there is more tipping material here. Okay, currently it's not ink, because I usually bring one vanishing point with me at a time. Okay, so broad, and then there's another number here which is, I think it's P1220, 1221, and then there is this one here which I have no idea what it is. Okay, and then for the special alloy version, is a very simple engraving here. There's a Pilot, and the one I had here is in medium nib, and then 716. So that is it. Both of the pen is from different seller. So this is in medium nib, which is much less tipping material. This one is currently inked, as you can see here. And then Vanishing Point accept Con 40 converter from Pilot, or their own cartridge converter, their own cartridge. It's a proprietary cartridge made by Pilot, so it's not an international standard cartridge. So if you use cartridge with your Vanishing Point, which is actually much more capacity of ink, you need to have this protector for your Vanishing Point, because the pushing mechanism may push the cartridge further inward. When it pushes more inward, it might damage the opening of your cartridge. So that is what they want to prevent. And because this is plastic, this is metal, so there's a protective sleeve for it. And then there is a notch here, so that you will put in at this way, not the other way around. Okay, so this way. And then if I push out, there is actually a hinge there to I think I dry out my pen already. Okay, so without doing it weird, so if this is the nib, this is the hinge, when it's inside the body of the pen, it lays like this. So when we push it, at the same time, the hinge will open and let the nib goes out. And then when the pushing mechanism releases, and it will go like this. So that's actually what happened inside there, with a spring mechanism. What do you call that thing? The spring something inside. Now, because this too is Vanishing Point or capless, they are interchangeable. That means if I want to use broad and I want to use with the body of this blue color, I can do so, or I can use the back to the original. I think decimal is also same. They can interchange between any decimal. Now, for what else do I want to talk about? For my experience, now I usually use Vanishing Point to write in short session, the short by less than 5 minutes. Usually I will write down like grocery shopping list, or in class if I want to take attendance, or a very short like grading, because most of us know that Con 40 is, if you're using Con 40 does not hold much ink. Some people even make a joke of it. There is only a drop of or two inside Con 40 because it holds so much, so little. I mean, I think this is the smallest capacity in Pilot converter. Even the cartridge is much more capacity compared to the Con 40. My experience with this so far, it is a very minor difference between these two, because actually Pilot is well known for their smooth nib that is a little bit kind of like bouncy, so they say, squishy. But there is some feedback where you know that you are writing with a pen, if I make any sense of describing the nib experience. So for me is both of them works well. But if you write them on specialized paper like Tomoe River, Clay Fontaine, Rhodia, you will notice that there are difference between the two. 18 karat gold is a gold nib, so you will have a smoother experience when you are writing with this pen, the 18 karat gold. What else? Stainless steel, it will be right, stainless steel. But for me, that either one is good. If you want to go, like if you're with budget but you want to try capless or vanishing point without going over budget, I'm gonna say it here. Vanishing point, no matter if you get them in the special alloy or if you get them in the 18 karat gold nib, it is still an expensive pen for some people with budget, the lower end of budget. Because for the price that I got, which is around 400 something for this special alloy, you can already get some better looking or a more design type of stainless steel pen. So that's, I'm gonna say that. But because for convenience sake and without losing the cap, hence capless, it is an experience that you won't get with any other pen that have the two component, the cap and the barrel. It is an experience on its own. So if you want just to try it out, you can try with this special alloy, or you can go to the route of Decimo, which is actually not much cheaper at all. It's almost the same price, but Decimo seems to have more color to choose from. Even though I only have 2 colors, I'm gonna add Decimo to my collection one day. So I like both of them, but most of the time I carry medium with me because well, I write in cheaper paper, so broad nib is not going to do well. With copier paper, it will make it worse, unless I'm signing for documents and things. But if not, usually it will be this vanishing point, which is the special alloy version. Which one would I recommend? Now, if you're on a budget, I will recommend the special alloy one. Now, if you want gold nib, of course, go ahead, get your this one, the 18 karat gold vanishing point, which is much more easier to find. Special alloy is kind of like harder to find, and it is for Japanese market. So if you know any Japanese seller, or you always browse on the Japanese website, get your hand on this one. It is still a nice experience. If you want to use a water resistant ink on them, the medium nib seems to be doing okay, but I only have problem with the broad nib. If you see my previous video, which I might link above here, I do have a problem with the broad nib vanishing point when I use the water resistant or the waterproof ink or the pigment type of ink. Pilot on ink, it seems to work well. If you want to see what problem is it, I'll leave the eye there. You can go and see the video after you finish watching this one. Alright, so that's all for the rambling that I had for you this week. I think both of them I already do a writing therapy with it, which is like a writing sample. Okay, so go and check it out on my channel. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for listening to me rambling. I hope to see you in my next video. Till then, take care and bye-bye. Alright people, before we go, this notice just came out, which is the 11/11 sales. That is going to happen on 11/11 on the 12 midnight, which is the time when this video goes live, until the end of the night before it hits 12th of November, on the Malaysian time. But I forgot what time zone are we in. So it'll be only one day, and then you use the code UNDI11. UNDI is because our general election is upcoming, so undi is voting 11. So I think it is for all of the pen that they have. So for example, like I'm eyeing on this Laban. Okay, so Lagoon Steel Blue, which is this one. Currently the price is 537.60 cents. So with a 11% discount, you will have 537.60 cents with the 11% discount. So you will be paying 478.46 cents. So it will be a lot cheaper compared to when you buy 537. So take this opportunity to buy whatever you already wish for the long time, so that you can save some money on the pen that we love. We all know that fountain pen is a very big range of price. We can get from the very cheap, like 20 ringgit something, up to thousands of ringgit Malaysia. So I hope that this video is helpful for you and you are able to get some discounts on Pen Gallery. Alright, so good luck, have a good time shopping, and I will see you on the next video. Bye bye.